I'm suing her for fraud because over the course of our relationship, I took her on lavish experiences where she ended up getting $2,000 out of me.
I didn't get $2,000.
So wait, I want to understand this. So when did you meet Miss Pollard?
I met Miss Pollard early March of 2022.
How did you meet?
We met at a party. I was taken very aback, and she ended up asking me out.
All right, so Mr. Brooks is saying that this relationship was fake. When you went up to him, were you really interested in him?
Yeah, I thought he was really attractive, and I was interested in getting to know him.
And then what happens? How does this relationship progress?
I decided, we kind of got to take it to the next step because I really felt that connection. And I invited her out to a Dodgers game, and we had a great time from what I thought.
We did have a great time. I had a great time too.
What's going on here then? Why do you feel like it was fake?
I'll tell you why. Because I woke up one morning, I received a school-wide email to everyone, every single student saw this, that she had won an award for an experiment she had been doing for her college thesis.
It wasn't an experiment. Research paper is different from an experiment, in my opinion.
All right, so what was this research you were doing, Ms. Pollard?
It was for my final thesis in communications. It was about love, how communication theory can help you find love.
All right, and so what was your thesis?
My thesis
statement.
My thesis statement was that using communication theories can help you create connections with people and help them fall in love with you, and also you fall in love with them.
Okay, so your communication theories you focused on were what?
The gist of the paper is that over the course of 4 years during my study, I dated 20 people and created connections with them using these communication theories in order to see if using these theories and implementing them in my interactions with these people would help them create stronger bonds with me. And ultimately I found that implementing these theories do help you create stronger bonds with people, and they will end up expressing their love for you earlier.
Ah, all right. Do you have that paper with you? Do you have a copy?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see it. Sean, can you hand that to me, please? So this is interesting. So, Mr. Brooks, you're going on dates and you have no idea that you're basically what? A
trial.
You're a subject.
Guinea pig.
You felt like a guinea pig.
That's exactly how I felt.
You're going on dates, you're falling in love, you're investing money, you are, operating with chivalry, and you have absolutely no idea what's going on until this email comes out to the school.
Yeah, and along with that, I receive a bunch of DMs and calls from my friends saying, hey, you got played, look at you. I'm seeing so many messages, and I ended up being known as the phony boyfriend because apparently I can't notice the difference between a real and a fake relationship.
Your Honor, the relationship was real, and I never used his name in the paper.
Okay, so how did they know it was you if she didn't use your name, Mr. Brooks?
We're very public on Instagram, so being able to say that nobody knew is just a lie, because as soon as you wrote that, everybody knew who that was. Judging by all the DMs and all the calls that I get, I had to turn my phone off for the day.
I wouldn't have posted you on Instagram if I didn't actually have feelings for you. I wouldn't have made the relationship
So you
public.
all were posting each other on Instagram, you were in a relationship with, you all were saying all of those things. But now, Mr. Brooks, you think she wasn't really serious because you think it was all about her operating and under the guise of trying to prove her thesis.
Yes, exactly.
So, Ms. Pollard, let me ask you, what were your intentions when you went up to Mr. Brooks? Was it to find love, or was he number 20 on the list of 20 people you needed to survey whether your thesis proves true or not?
I'll be honest, going up to him, the intentions were to use the theories in my paper and perhaps use him as, to use him a little bit as a piece of data. However, that did not remain true throughout a relationship. I actually fell in love with him.
So not only did your thesis prove true in terms of other people being attracted to you, it proved true in the sense that you started to really have feelings for Mr. Brooks.
Yes, as you can see in my conclusion.
All right, well, I ain't got time to read this whole paper now, but I did peek through it. No, I mean, and it's actually very fascinating. So back to this relationship. So, Mr. Brooks, when you were going out on dates with Miss Pollard, did she ever pay for you to go on any dates?
Honestly, it was just little $50 dates, and I'm not saying anything against that, But we did go out to a few restaurants here and there, and you know, given her monetary situation, I'm not going to force anything out of her. But for the most part, I was the one that was initiating these relationships.
So you're suing for damages of $1,863.64. Did you bring evidence as to why this is the amount of damages you are seeking?
Yes, I have all the invoices for what
May I see this, please? Sean, thank you. All right.
So
Oh, my goodness. This is a lot of dates.
Yeah, so to begin, we started on our first real big
Tickets.
date.
You don't have to walk through them all, honey,
Okay.
but I see. This woman meant something to you, and you were trying to impress her and take her on beautiful dates. Miss Paula, did you ever take Mr. Brooks out on amazing dates?
Yes, I did. We went out to dinner quite a few times, and I paid. I didn't have the same funds that he did, to be honest. I'm kind of going through a hard monetary situation right now, and I just wasn't able to do the same things with money, but how I felt was real, and I did also paint him a painting of his dog, which I feel like proves how much I really cared about him.
You got him a painting of his dog?
I painted it myself.
Oh, you painted it yourself. Okay. Stopped you from just saying, Mr. Brooks, well, Sam, as you probably call him, hey, I have something to tell you. I don't want you to get angry, but I want to be honest. I'm writing my thesis. This is what it is. I really started out because I wanted to work through and see if my thesis proved true. And I need to tell you that it did, because I really have true feelings for you. Why couldn't there just be honesty?
Why do I have to find out through my friends calling me a phony boyfriend, calling me a fool?
Because that is kind of embarrassing.
Your Honor,
Very.
I honestly, because I loved him so much, ended up being kind of worried that something like this might happen. Obviously not getting sued by him, but I was worried that, you know, it could maybe ruin the feelings he had for me, and I really fell for him, and I didn't want anything to come between us.
So then why not just not enter the contest?
I did not know that the email would be sent out to the whole campus. I was not aware of that, and I did plan on telling him, and honestly, he didn't even ask me what my thesis was about. It felt like he didn't even care about me. He didn't even know what I was writing it about, and I'd been spending 4 years on this.
Wait a minute, now you got a beef. Wait, I thought y'all was in love. I thought it was great chivalry. I thought everything was great. So now you're saying that you were upset that during the time when you were writing, he never asked you what your thesis was about?
I wasn't necessarily upset, but if he'd asked me, I might have had the chance to explain earlier.
You did have a chance. You could have just shared it yourself. You're a grown woman.
I'm not a mind reader. And all those dates that I took you on is because I knew you were stressed. I know you were going through stuff, so what's the point of asking about it and getting to your business? I try to take you away from that. I took you to Temecula, wine tasting. We went on
These are all things you like.
hot balloon ride.
These are all things you like.
So you didn't enjoy them at all? There's no
course
reason
I
why you
enjoyed
posted
them.
them all over Instagram saying you love me and all that?
But it's not like I owe you for them.
It seems like you all really care about one another. Is that true?
Your Honor, it was true, but after this, I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
He's suing me for what he calls a fake relationship when I'm honestly really hurt because I thought what we had was real. To me, it was.
Girl, please. You the one up here got a whole social experiment going in a project, and it's nothing wrong with it because you're only trying to, in real time, prove or disprove your thesis so you can work through it. There is nothing wrong with that. The only thing wrong with it is then not informing him at some point, and then when he's upset about it after he gets embarrassed because you know people were clowning him. You know that.
Yes.
Not just saying, hey, I handled that all wrong. I shouldn't have done it that way. I wish I would have done it this way. I'd like to save the relationship. Can we do that? I mean, be an adult, for goodness sake. So now we're here. He invested his money to prove your thesis. That's not okay. And if you finally fell in love, that's a great thing. But then say, hey, this is what was going on. I didn't have the money then. I want to pay you back. Or these are the things that I can do. Whatever. You have a conversation. I don't think you handled this correctly, Miss Pollard. I think honesty is the best policy, even when it's a difficult truth. Judgment for the plaintiff for $1,863.64. Court is adjourned.
All rise.
Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant owes $1,863.64.
You gonna pay for my therapy now or what?
If I wanted money, I would have gotten a show.